Let's see if we can't do something about my boredom.
Alright, we're back at it again here in the Fun Times Marsh. Gonna get back to ye old questing and adventuring. Once again, trying to get to the point where we can properly start leveling up and playing through the game. No reason to deal with this plant and their plant nonsense. Vis-a-vis magic and our humorous flatulence clouds. Those heat-seeking bolts, they'll stay on you for a while, won't they? Behold, flower. I mean, there's several. Tarnished golden sun. Okay, so this is different. I thought they were Erd flowers. I'm sorry. I thought you was corn. This is like a big old crystal thing. I guess there's stuff going on here. Glintstone fire. Okay, there's like things in the crystals. We'll leave them be for now. Oh, another one of them plants. I thought I felt floral hate being directed my way. What's over here? Just a regular ass mushroom. What if it was a marshmallow plant? I jumped twice. When I meant to grab items. I mean, this stuff's real nice. I don't even know what you use these herbas for. Once again, we're going to mix the best full heals. A la Resident Evil. When are we getting an open world Resident Evil game? I joke, but some Capcom executive heard me say that in his mind. Why are you already mad? I haven't even fought you. Maybe he's just remembering previous jellyfish transgressions. Jellyfish strike me as the type of hateful entities that would hold a grudge. I'm going to remake The Grudge, but it's about a bunch of jellyfish in a house. And Will Smith's character from 7 Pounds or whatever is going to show up at the end. Okay. Oh. Okay, I've seen that thing in the loading screens. It's like a big walking, like, island, or a little walking island. I mean, compared to, like, the size of what an island would be, it's little, but it's big compared to us. It's all a matter of scale. It's like an elephant is big, but when you compare it to, like, a galactic supercluster, it's not that big, I guess. Could be right smart bigger. Okay, we finally made it here. Is there a site of grace nearby? Probably not. I keep thinking Hell's Bells is going to start playing any second now. Now, is that an enemy? Is this like that big turtle in Final Fantasy 15 that takes 2 months to fight? That Conan O'Brien was like, Jesus Christ. Does he still do that thing where, like, video games? Am I still getting votes for that one dumb message? I am. I started a new era in Elden Ring messaging. Try fingers, butthole. Son, wishes it had the staying power of try skill. So just wait till I get to my next phase. I'll give you a hint. Try tongue butthole. Try horse butthole. Even better. Alright, so here's the deal. Oh, did you notice that little secret path right there? Because I did. And we're going to interact with it. Oh. I get Demon Souls 2-2 vibes from this area. This would probably be a useful area to have our torch, but I don't want to have to cycle through another thing if we go to switch from our casting item to our shield. Also, I kind of put myself in a situation. Well, no, Miyazaki thought ahead. Some intern put these platforms here to help you get down if you fuck up. I'm sure Miyazaki had them thrown out. I'm sure the barrel full of fugu pufferfish from the Bloodborne Tenfinity were brought back. Okay, there's a sign of grace here. And that's not a bad thing. So this mine is kind of a higher level area. Remember those dudes in the mine full of like gangly bug men that we got teleported to in the second episode? Well, they're here, although I haven't seen any of those gangly bug men here when I was researching. But anyway, if we can get to the bottom of this mine and beat the boss, we'll get the item that we can use back at the round table hold that will allow us to buy smithing stones, finally. So, it just depends on how hard a time we're going to have dealing with this crowd. I'm real curious. If we were to slap you with holy... My God! I feel so powerful. Hell yeah, I can bully these motherfuckers. Somber smithing stones are twinkling titanite. If you've never played a Souls game, you're like, was that supposed to make sense? If you're watching this with your dad, he's like, oh, I see. Is this canon to Game of Thrones? I think you said that bearded gentleman worked on it. Sport? Champ? Is Tenfey getting the high score? Alright, so here's how we're going to deal with this. First, we're going to see what happened to you and learn from it. There he goes. Yep. Died as he lived. Alright, you're getting slatted. I can't believe how good a time we're having. Although, as usual, my spear somehow missed. Oh, there's also a bunch of smithing stones just hanging out in here too. So, we'll be able to upgrade all kinds of shit when we get done in here. I don't even need to point out how good a thing that is. Now, how well do we do against these guys with just our regular spear? Oh, well, that will one-shot them with a backstab. Hell yeah. You can do it, Katanaman. Oh, no. He dodged into hell. Joy. Tell you what, I'm going to give everybody a pro tip. Is this going to be my new message that can't stop getting upgraded? Let's see, we want... Okay, here we go. Thing. I'm looking with such intent. Oh, come on. There's got to be a spear. Right? Actions. No? Situations. Places, directions, body parts. Affinities. Maybe here. Try piercing would probably work. It's the closest we're going to get. They seem to have taken on... If you remember in Demon's Souls, the enemies in the mine area were real tough to beat with like slashing and blunt weapons. LOL. That's in case Kevin Smith's watching, son. He can start crying and clapping and shitting and farting. How good the playthrough is. But regardless, they were weak to piercing weapons. So I guess even if your spear isn't holy, heaven forbid, you could still do pretty good down here. Especially if you're a sneaky Khajiit gentleman. That would be me if I was my Khajiit Sona. I'd be the gentleman thief Khajiit. I'd be so dapper. On my way down to the club. With a bag of moon sugar, son. I'm like, bring me your finest Khajiit hooker's ass for my moon sugar. Okay, you crowd like to cheat. I didn't realize that before I came down here and thought I was doing good. But that's okay. Cheaters don't matter when you've got Khajiit Jesus on your side. It's the one person you can't cheat. Hell yeah. Get fucking smoked, idiot. Alright. Mage ahead. Are they now? What say you, Bloodstain? Oh no, it's one of those, like, died of sadness ones. You were Mace. You look like a character from Hexen. Or Heretic, or whatever that shit's called. Okay, we're going to stand right here because you're going to do that. Like anyone is fucking impressed. And then I'm going to try jumping attack. And then I'm going to try, wait for him to fucking explode with anger, jumping attack. And just because you earned it, jumping attack. Boom! Two-hand your spear for maximum damage. Well, we're going to have to go back to that place we got teleported to in the previous episode. Because apparently we're equipped to bully these motherfuckers. I don't know how well we'll do against the gangly needlebug men. But I'd like to think pretty damn good. So they seem to be mining with their magic. Magic mining. So, you know, I'm not judging or criticizing them. I'm just making a comment. I'm just thinking about it. Ladder. I mean, I can't. I can't disagree with the sentiment. I can't disagree with the cinnamon. That'd be me if you brought a cinnamon vodka to my party. Even though everyone insists a chocolate vodka is the only acceptable vodka. So, maybe they should have cinnamon on tables next to the salt and pepper. If your dad's still watching, he probably knows Seinfeld, so he probably appreciates these references. He's like, hey, champ, go grab me a Miller High Life out the fridge. These Tenfey references are making me thirsty. And he's just looking at you with, like, the best grin on his face. And you're like, I don't get it, Dad. Is it a Seinfeld reference? Whatever. That's not poggers. That's not on fleek. I love being at the age where I don't understand anything the kids are talking about, son. It's very satisfying. Okay, I don't want you to do that again, so Holy Hell says goodbye. Get smoked! Holy backstab! I'm having the best time fucking bullying this crowd. As bad as I got fucking mommicked previously, I'd say it's justified. Let's cast heal. Let us heal. That takes a lot of FP, but it's a good thing. So who am I to complain? You're like, fucking Tenfey. World-renowned complainer. We might as well clear this whole area. Like pros. So how y'all been doing, huh? While we're here on the elevator. You been enjoying the playthrough? Everyone seemed real excited when the first episode launched. So hopefully you're having a good time. Okay, we've activated a shortcut. And a Bankai. Try this pro tip. The next time you're like riding in an elevator that's going to take like at least a minute, just sit in the floor and be real chill and real cash money. Everyone will be super impressed. They won't even notice that you farted 6 times. You seem to be dealing with something real. Oh, shit! I guess we learned what he was dealing with. Holy fucking spears. Oh, no, holy spears, he poisons for days. Remember, he's an enemy. Which means he has poise. He's not like us. Miyazaki didn't make him like us. He didn't give him the same limitations we did. Miyazaki gave us the gift, quote unquote, of mortality. We're like that guy in Final Fantasy 3 that was mad because of his gift. He had like, it was like the plot. I don't really remember the plot to Final Fantasy 3, and I'm talking like actual NES Famicom Final Fantasy 3. The one we're going to get to when I'm done uploading Final Fantasy 2. You're like, oh, okay, so 2035 then. He says a precious item is ahead. Maybe I already picked it up while I was talking. Are you like a thing that I could interact with? No. But anyway, there's like these 3 characters who are, well, they were from these like group of immortals, and each of them was like given a gift. And one of them, the gift he was given was to be made mortal, so that, you know, eventually one day he'll die. And he's real fucking salty about it, but I mean, I think that's pretty fucking sweet gig. Who the hell wants to live forever? I think that's also kind of Kuja's problem in Final Fantasy IX, is that he's mad that he's mortal. He's like, I'm going to go trance and cast Ultima and be super cool. I'm going to manipulate a war that causes a genocide of rat people, and nobody's allowed to feel bad about it. Let's do schnozzle. Okay. Hey, buddy. This is how we say hello where I come from. Khajiit Jesus called. He said, enjoy your holy hell. Or she did. I forgot we established that Khajiit Jesus is a cute Khajiit lady. Keisha Manigan is just Khajiit Jesus. It's Ganon. Okay. Oh, somebody thinks they're clever because they're dark like the environment. Okay, okay, okay. I didn't realize you were Miyazaki's chosen. You're one of those crossbow things that I fought on a roof in Mage Town. You'll notice I have a lot on me vis-a-vis all these arrows sticking out of my back. Get fucking smoked. Holy smoked. Now, I want to fight you, but I hate to keep rehashing this point, but it's true. The enemies in this fucking game could just go fucking crazy and attack 900 fucking times in a row, and if anything grazes you, son, you might as well restart the game. It'll be quicker to create a new character and level up to the point you're at than it is to wait for your character to fucking recover from it. As always, I need to point out I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I want to stab you one time. Is it possible? Jesus. The PS5's CPU couldn't process the number of inputs that mob was trying to do at once. And so that's the reason I was able to fight it. Okay, you look like you were having a lot of fun with your happiest hat, we'll call it. A little Earthbound reference for you kids. Crystal knife. I see. Help me. Okay. I got the crystal knife. Well, we used up all of our resources due to these. Try throwing and then likely fire. It's real elegant. Rolled right off the tongue. Alright, you crowd wouldn't be that threatening if I didn't have to use all of my resources fighting those fucking abominations. Bloodborne abominations, we'll call them. Because they just fucking attack nonstop. Like it's a Devil May Cry game. I want to plunge and attack you so bad. I have to do it. I can't help myself. I did it. The hero. The heroes! Too late. I'm in backstab mode. Can't do shit. You're not allowed to hit me. Ha 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 ha. Tis but good sport. Oh, I forgot. See, my problem was he did homing soul mass, and if we'd learned anything from Demon's Souls, we'd have learned that when somebody has that up, then you've got to spend 20 minutes rolling around to get rid of all of them. Okay, well, at least this time we'll have all of our flasks back, and this time I don't have to deal with those fucking crossbow abominations that require 70 fucking Estus flash to get through, because every action you take against them requires you to get hit 6 or 7 times. I'm mad, I'm salty, fucking get over it. It's the Tenfey channel, I'm allowed to bitch and moan all I want. Why is this elevator not already up for me? Let me guess, you're going to hit me before I could do this. Wow! Your programming must have bugged out. Your AI broke. Miyazaki really can't win, even when I'm doing good. I still bitch him, man. That's the secret. That's when he learned. It's like the Matrix. The Miyazaki tricks. It's real, doesn't really flow for him very well. He created a Souls game that was too perfect, and the Tenfey's minds rejected it, and so he had to add conflict to it. Why didn't I get a backstab animation? And I rolled off a ledge. That's fine. I lost like 7,000 souls, but as I've pointed out before in the past, losing all of your souls or runes or blood echoes or whatever fucking they're called this week in a Souls game is super fucking liberating, because now we don't have to give a shit. Once you've taken away, I'm trying to phrase this as eloquently as possible. There's nothing more fearsome than the man who has nothing to lose. There you go. It almost sounded elegant. As long as we keep sending the elevators back up, it won't matter. None of that would have happened if when I got behind that guy and hit R1, if I'd have got my backstab animation. But sometimes Miyazaki can just choose to turn them off. He has a big lever in his house that he can just randomly reach over and pull to decide whether or not backstabs happen. And he flips it 8 times a minute at random intervals. Also, that motherfucker could shoot heat-seeking missiles. I could be at the end of the fucking earth in the middle of Antarctica and they'd still fucking come after me. Okay, good. We're having fun, sharing laughs, etc. All right, we're back down here. Now that I've fucked up, I don't care about clearing the whole dungeon, so I'm just going to run past the mobs like we should have been doing the whole time. AKA, I'm going to start playing the game correctly. Wow, a spell that I care about. Oh, boy. Oh, boy! Fuck me in the asshole! I'm having such a good time. Okay. Jesus, it don't take much to go from 0 to pissed off in this game when you're Tenfey. Okay. Yes, I saw the little fucking tunnel. Who gives a shit? His smile and optimism gone. His joy and sense of discovery gone. Okay, good. We made it down here to the fucking boss finally. This is why I bought that mace, by the way. It puts us in heavy lord. So let's take our helmet off for now. This boss is weak to blunt. And as you know, a spear is not a blunt weapon, unfortunately. What is your special ability? Do you have one? Oh, it's kick. You become Kevin Ryman when you use this particular item. Alright, good. Let's go in here and have fun. God damn, weren't that satisfying. I feel like the reason that boss is so easy, quote unquote, is because Miyazaki knew how mad you would be when you got down here to it. And so you needed that catharsis. Return to the entrance. I guess that's it. Okay, now that we're done being mad at the game, we all just laugh together. It's like that time John and Garfield were at the restaurant and you could tell they just got done eating because their stomachs were bulging out and they were wiping their mouths. And John's like, got room for dessert? And then they pause for a second. And then the third panel is just them, like their mouths are huge. They're laughing so hard. And the follow-up comic is them like laughing. And they stop as the waiter walks over and then all three start laughing. The famous All of the Day Bro comic is built from those 2 daily Garfield strips. That's a little bit of internet history for you. Internet historian, I'm sure, is making a hit expose about it. Alright, I figured we might as well see what these enemies are guarding. Once again, I have resources, so I'm allowed to actually fight. Look at this guy running over here like he's so fucking cool. Like anyone cares about him. My God, get off my dick! It takes 1 fucking second for that crowd to lose their minds. Everything's fucking 0 to 60 in this game. I call it Bloodborne nonsense. I bet Eli the Plague of Gripes would agree with me. I've been watching his videos he's been putting up. He goes much more detail into like looking into the world and the setting and what everyone's character design means. Less time running around screaming and getting mad at the game, and more time like appreciating the actual artistry of it. Son. It makes a perfect contrast to a Tenfey video. I highly recommend it to calm down after listening to me lose my mind. Okay, let's see. I guess that's everything. Well, almost. Remember, we avoided a couple of areas since we were busy being mad at the time. You were just... I don't even know how to describe you. Claw hands and some kind of weird shit on your head. Get that pile of shit off your head, Reggie. Do you see the poise on this man? Stabbed him in the face 3 times with a spear. I'm not even being hyperbolic for once. That was just ridiculous. Okay, there was that little tunnel here on the elevator. That's I think the only thing I haven't explored in here. Losing the like 7,000 souls we lost just a bit ago doesn't feel as bad, because now that we've finally obtained this item that we've been fighting over the past couple of episodes that lets us buy smithing stones, we can move on to the next phase, aka soul farming. You're like, oh, you mean rune farming? Man. Trying to, like, say the name of the souls in whatever Soulsborne you're playing when it changes is like how for the first couple of months of the year, you always still write the previous year at the end of dates when you're, like, writing checks and shit. It'll be about the next to last episode when I'll remember to call them runes instead of souls. Okay. You're not allowed to, like, warp out of there, I don't think, is why they give you that little thing at the end. Like it'd say, Final Fantasy 1 main dungeon. Well, let's just warp to the keep before I manage to die and lose these few rune echoes I have. Alright, let's see if I can remember which side is which. This is the side that has those little things in it. Hooray. Alright, assholes, let's see what this item I'm about to give you is. I guess. I'm going to assume it's under key items. Yeah, here we go. The bell bearing of a miner who once dug for smithing stone. Look at that. Fun, fun, fun. Cool. So now we can finally buy this shit. So we need 3 to get our spear to the next level. And then we're going to want 3 to start leveling up our talisman or Whatever the hell you call it. How many rune items do I have on me? They're not very girthy, unfortunately. And I used one, so now I get to go through the menu and use another one. Miyazaki, tickled to fucking death. I know he is. Alright, I want to purchase... I need 2 of these. I'm holding 6 to get my spear up, so I need 2 to level up my talisman at least once. So now let's run all the way to the other side and speak to the smith. Yeah, this is the actual way we want to go. How you holding up, buddy? Are you the same guy? Even if you're not, I'm going to keep approving your message.
Well, I took you for no matter.
Every time I leave for 10 minutes, you think I'm dead. You're like a dog with separation anxiety. Alright, so let's get you to the next level. Boom. And then let's get you leveled up. Bop. Oh, we actually have enough level 2 smithing stones to upgrade this a couple more times. That's always a good thing. All right. We're finally ready for the next phase of our master plan to do a cool play. Oh, this is why I keep seeing these things, because I keep accidentally putting them in the middle of the ocean. Okay, we need to warp back to this church. Okay, so if you remember, this is the church where if we ran over there is where we got the Sacred Blade ability. But if you run over here, where these wisps in the woods are, there's actually a teleporter thing. So this is neat. It's kind of like the game has warp zones, because we found that chest that had the teleporter trap in it, and that warped us. And this, you know, it's not a trap, but it is cool. If you're going to do an open world game, you gotta have warp zones, huh? How else is Ramona Flowers going to deliver your packages on time? Alright, so if you check out the map... Oh, I actually already have the map for this region. I must have grabbed it when I got warped over here previously. Neat. So anyway, we're way over here in a somewhat higher level area. Now, Tommy told me not to fuck around with this guy. Bird Jesus, I think he called him. Because he said the first time he came here, he was like, I want that halberd. And attacked him. And needless to say, he fucked around and found out. So we're not going to bother him. Although he doesn't seem to aggro on sight. So that's good. Let's pop in here real quick. Since there's a side of grace. The Bestial Sanctum. Sounds like the kind of place cool guys would hang out. Cool K-Mono guys. I don't believe I've picked up any flask enhancers recently, but figured I'd check since we were here. What say you, Bloodstain? Okay. You're like a samurai witch. And as for you, you also have that. Oh, it's like one of those caster busts. So anyway, the deal with this area is there are these shadow guys wandering around that are very dangerous. Like, they can kill you really quick, but they also have low defense and poise. And so if you can manage to get behind one and backstab him before he obliterates you, you can kill them and stagger them fairly easy. They also do that. And the cool thing is, if I could get my fucking backstab, Miyazaki's toggling that lever. Smoked. They give you nearly 1,100 souls every time you kill one. 1,094. And there's quite a few of them here. So, basically what Master Thomas taught me is that you run around here farming these guys for a bit. Get you a nice pocket full of souls and get to leveling and having a good time. We might as well fight some birds while we're here. Bird battle. I got nothing from killing that bird, so let's kill another one. I just have to keep killing them until I feel something. Make me feel alive again. We're going to eventually quote all of Gray Fox's dialogue throughout this playthrough. I just realized. Now, I'm wondering how these guys will react to getting wholly smoked with our sacred blade slash. So let's see if we can pull just one of them. Yeah. Shoot your Clawdukins. Whatever. I really don't care. Okay, what are you trying to circle strafe me? You reading GamePro magazine there, Sparky? I'm wondering if we'll ever have enough time to do it. Here we go. Boosh. Alright, and then start stabbing. I mean, they're not fans of it. It doesn't, like, one-shot them, but... Jesus fucking Christ! He nicked me one... This is the thing. It's feast or famine, son. These guys don't fuck around. Alright, now that we had fun sharing laughs, etc., etc., let's see if we can do a better run on these guys. I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me do all this farming. I just want to show you what it's about. And then what I'll probably do is off-screen, while I listen to like YouTube videos, probably listening to more of Eli the Plague of Gripes' playthrough, I'll do some farming. They're a lot easier if you can get backstabs, but as always, you have to earn that shit, according to me, Rocky. Just want enough to get all of my gear that I'm using leveled up to as much as we can level it up at our current point. You need 12 of each smithing stone to get it up 3 levels. LOL. As I mentioned recently, Beavis and Butthead, and now they just keep winning this playthrough. Okay, good. I didn't attract your friend, considering they didn't even notice me. Alright, get over here, do your shit. Let me get behind you. Let me be the hero. Ah. Jesus, I just keep slightly missing. There. That should make it work. Oh, God, he put... Yeah, they put some kind of, like, debuff on you that constantly drains your HP. It's not like poison, though. It's like a bleed effect or something. Oh, no, the Miyazaki's at you. So we're having a little bit of a rough time dealing with them right now. But the thing is, once we've killed a few of them and gotten enough runes. I was going to call them echoes. I was like, they're not souls, idiot. Call them echoes. And then I realized that's wrong too. But regardless, as we get stronger, we can hopefully get to the point where we one-shot them with a backstab. If I two-handed my spear, I would probably get more one-shots, to be perfectly frank, with the backstabs, of course. Is it worth a try, though? I wonder how they deal with fireballs being slatted out. What their Balrog coefficient is. I see you, Skull Friend. Hey, Skull Friend. Holla back. Yeah. We almost do as much damage as they drop runes when we two-hand backstab them. So that's what our current IO will be. I have yet to fully incorporate into my brain the fact that you need to hit the circle button to leave the map screen and not press the trackpad again, lest you bring up a context controls menu very shamefully. I'm just seeing if there's any cool items hid around here. What say you? Friendly sign. Could this be thief? Maybe. I'm ignoring heights. Just like a quote-unquote Lancer in Final Fantasy Tactics. Oh, these are mushrooms. Toxic mushrooms. Oh no, I didn't see you. I was too busy making a League of Legends reference. Or trying to before I almost died. Please, sir, I just need to backstab you. No, the Miyazaki's edge. Such hate. I like that he was like, whoa, he became one of those lemmings that you put on the edge with his arms out so the other ones don't walk off the cliff. I've never actually played lemmings, but I've watched enough 8-bit guy videos to have seen enough gameplay of it to know that that's a thing. Alright. Sneaky boys. Sneaky boys. Always bringing them sneaky joys. I wonder why sometimes the backstab does enough damage to one shot and sometimes it doesn't. Inconsistent backstab damage. You hate to see it. I wonder what that tower is. Probably where some asshole lives that I have to kill. Halberdman. There he goes. Does it always rain here? Is this a kingdom of eternal rain? Okay, what way are you facing? You look like you're looking towards me. You look like you need to be murdered with a fireball. Well, at least it knocked him out of the air as he was coming towards me. Just enough to give him the Miyazaki's edge, and then he was just out of attack range. See, we're already over 10k souls, baby. Just call them souls, who gives a shit? Certainly not kids at home. That's a deer. Alright, here's the additional site of grace. So you could run back and forth between the two, or you can warp. There's all kinds of fun shit you can do. Also, there's a dragon on the bridge. We're going to let them be for now. We haven't gotten to that tier. Our Dragoon license is only a Class B. You got to be at least a Class A to take on a dragon, son. It's like Gran Turismo. You've got to pass the dragon slaying qualifiers. Speaking of which, let's start leveling up some more. So if we start putting points into faith, it'll make our spear better. I want to... Let's level faith until we get to the point where our spear one-shots these guys with a backstab. And that'll make leveling easier. As I said before, you've got to invest. That's your initial investment. And then it starts paying for itself, son. Alright. You seem to be having fun with your onion bro head. Or I guess it's a pumpkin head in this one. I was about to say, are you noticing me? Alright, you don't have the same weapon as those ones down there. You've got like a cleaver on a stick. He's still not in one-shot range. Oh, God! So, the spear has a huge disadvantage in this game compared to other Souls games in that you seem to constantly go over the top of your enemies. Who knew that it could possess such a flaw? Just one of those things you got to compensate for. What we need to start doing when they're not noticing me. Open up with a holy blast, because then you can run over while they're recovering. And I was going to say and get a backstab, but their little jump animations makes that difficult. There we go. bravery required ahead. I'm a brave boy. A big old fucking clump of birds. Fit to burst with good shit for me to farm off of them. I'll never get good at it. Alright, the guys seem to be spread out a little more sparsely on this side. So this might not be a good side for farming. I assume that's one of them right there, and not a deer or a squirrel or something. A deer squirrel. Yeah. Is there like a random element to how much backstab damage you do? Are we at the whims of RN Jesus? A direct opposer to Khajiit Jesus? So if Erdly flowers are used to make a co-op item, I wonder if the faded Erdly flower is for making PvP items. That would kind of make sense when you think about it. Yes, sir, bod. Jump attacks. You're going to do that. I'm going to jump attack. Oh no, oh no. How embarrassing. You're going to cast your nonsense, and I'm going to jump attack. I'm glad we can work together. Okay, there's 3 of them. There are 3 of them. Maybe I can just pull one. Excuse me, I don't know if y'all noticed this, but I wanted to pull just one of you and kick your ass. Thank you. Alright, you've got the kunai with chain. He's going to do that. Damn it. It would have been a cool guy if we'd have jumped over it and stabbed him, but we kind of spaced ourselves out. He's doing the same thing I was doing. He's just like slowly running around me to try to get like a backstab. I think Miyazaki coded that behavior in them just to mock you. He's like, this is what you look like when you're playing, idiot, with your shameful backstab techniques. I didn't even know y'all were hung on me. Luckily, you just kind of missed. Okay. I like that they're bodyable. As long as they don't run sideways and ruin your day. Ow, good lord, did that do enough damage? It's almost like this is a higher level area than I should be. Tommy did warn me. He's like, look, if those fucking things hit you, they're going to fuck you up. But they got the good shit out. You all know how Tommy talks. Huh! Get smoked. Oh no. Oh no. Once again, the most powerful evasive ability a Dark Souls enemy can have. Just slowly running sideways. It's unbeatable. There we go. That's what I wanted to do earlier. Now I'm definitely a cool guy. Son, we're going to gain us like at least 2 levels when we get back to the Grace Fire. How'd things go for you, buddy? Your plume. Your nom de plume didn't carry on for you, unfortunately. I'm just running around clicking the stick, waiting for it to lock on to something. That's how I detect the enemies in this area. Neat. Miquela's Lily. What say ye? Friendly sign. Behold, Edge. Oh wait, I just noticed that jackass as soon as I got on my horse. Hoping for some good backstabs, baby, this evening. See? Maybe we have to sing a little song. Once again, the controller has a microphone in it that's constantly monitoring you and judging everything you say. So it must pick up on if you're singing little backstab songs, and it knows to make you do just a little bit more damage. Okay. Okay, good. We hit him. I'm so proud. Oh no! Oh no! If you whiff a jump attack against these guys, you're in serious fucking shit, boys. Luckily, he whiffed all of his counterattacks, so we're both huge losers. We're getting there. Well, the getting's good. If we ever get our faith up to, what was it, 41, we could try hurling suns at these motherfuckers. Like we're Captain Picard in Mike Stoklas's version of Picard, where like the Enterprise turns into giant mech hands that allowed him to grab and hurl suns at his foes. Honestly, it seems like it would be less terrible than what they actually made. At least it would be so ridiculous that it wouldn't just be sad and depressing. I jumped up a tree. Hooray. Alright, I see this guy right here. Can't tell if he's noticing. Okay, he's not noticing me. As I come tumbling. Alright, he may have slightly noticed there towards the end. Oh no! Shit! I just did recover in time to not get killed. Roll and holy slap. Whoosha. Damn, if you crowd ain't fucking good at dodging my bullshit. If you ain't good at pissing me off, excuse me, there's no reason why that shouldn't have connected. I was officially cheated right then, and you all witnessed it. Even a bitching and moaning Tenfey is right twice a playthrough, and that was one of them. I'll take the blue tears, please. Well, the nice thing is if we do get killed, these enemies are spaced out so far, and this is such an open area that we can just, when we respawn, we could get on our horse and run around and get our runes, presumably without getting killed again. We need to learn the timing of when they get invincibility frames, aka cheat. Invincibility frames are only allowed when they benefit the player. Invincibility frames for me, not for thee, as they say. Now, there is an item that increases the amount of souls you get per kill, a la the Silver Serpent's Ring. But when I looked up the guide for it, it's at like the bottom of a dungeon, and you've got to fight like a boss fight. You all know how good I am at that. Although if I am going to be farming it up for a while, it might be a good thing to get a hold of. Maybe when I get a little bit stronger. Roll, roll, roll. Sheet justice. I believe Tommy said the only drop he's seen off of these guys is they can drop their armor set. I must have really low arcane. Yeah, 9. Arcane affects your drop rate. I believe it affects bleed and occult scaling. So, there you go. I don't really have any intentions to level it. Although if we get to the point where we can regularly respec, then I suppose if you're farming up a particular item, it might be worth it to spec a bunch of arcane temporarily. I really don't know how the re-rolling of your stats works in this one. I haven't gotten to that point or looked up a guide on it. We might even be able to gain 3 levels when we go back to the Gracefire. Son, talk about spoiled. It has to be done. I couldn't have fucking planned it any better, y'all. I did it. I'm the hero. Flight pinions for me, please. Are they like Phoenix pinions? The more of them you have in your inventory, the better chance Phoenix saves you when you die. That's a mechanic in Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy IX. I never really used Ico in Final Fantasy IX. I don't dislike her as much as Amaranth, but I still didn't feel any reason to use her. Everyone knows the objectively best team. You're like, oh, yeah, let me guess. But the objectively best team in Final Fantasy IX is the Zidane, Steiner, Vivi, Freya. Not necessarily in that order. I'm sure everybody puts Freya in the first slot so that on your save, it lists her as the party leader. I'm sure everybody keeps a save at the Clara settlement during the one segment where you play as Freya and just walk around and are good friends with people. AKA where all of my Final Fantasy IX replays end. Is there anything fun over here? Well, we're just above all kinds of shit, aren't we? To once again compare this whole region to Bloodborne, this reminds me of that like university where the Jeff Goldblum fly bug men chase you around and you fall in the lake to fight Rom, the vacuous spider. I wonder if that's intentional. Okay. You all earned your freedom by me whiffing my spear attack. Now you can try to fight these guys on horseback, but I feel like, yeah, I feel like it might even be harder to dodge them that way. Then again, maybe you can just bully them for fun. Who am I to complain? Who am I to be against bullying the weak when it comes to Soulsborne enemies? Soulsborne Ring? Soulsborden? How are we going to change the Metroidvania acronym now? Plus, is Sekiro in there somewhere? I should probably play that game again. The only time I ever played Sekiro was when I first got it. I did like an 1.5-hour stream that I assume like 6 of you watched. And I've never touched the game since. It just didn't really appeal to me. It doesn't really feel like a Souls game, even if it uses like the same kind of gameplay. You're still kind of locked to just being that one character, the Katanaman. Frank Katanaman, I think. Oh, God. Miyazaki wasn't having it. I was insulting his beloved Sekiro, and he had to strike me down.